So we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities and rulers of the darkness and spiritual wickedness. Now, sometimes when you see people suffer, I want to invite you to see beyond their suffering. Okay? I want to invite you to see beyond their suffering. Because every region is controlled by a power or a principality. Okay? Every region is controlled by a power or what is a principality?
I don't know. A principle.
Principality, not principle.
Well, principle.
What is a principality? I need people to
A rule? A ruler. Bro, a rule? A ruler.
Now, who is a prince?
The son of the king.
Give me some of the prince that you know right now.
King Prince Harry. Well, Prince Harry. Oh.
So he is a prince of what region? Or what?
England. Or Luxembourg.
He is a prince of what? Or is a prince of where?
England. He's the prince of England.
England is a territory. It's a country. And there are princes and princesses of different regions in England. And so Prince Harry is a prince of. So he is a prince of. The Duke of Sussex. Give me another prince.
Prince Charles.
Prince Charles is the prince of where?
Prince of Wales? Oh, I thought we were talking about Prince Charles.
Prince of Wales?
I know one.
A prince of?
The prince of British. Which country? British. Okay. Which country?
It's not a country, it's a region.
Buckingham.
Or you can Google who is the Prince of Buckingham.
No, Buckingham is a palace.
Okay.
Put Luxembourg.
I know.
Yes.
Prince of Wales.
I know.
Charles is the Prince of Wales.
I know.
Is Wales part of England?
Yeah, it's part of it. Yeah, it's part of it.
Who is the Prince of
What country is Nebuchadnezzar?
is it Stockholm?
Yeah, it is Prince Carl Philip.
Is the Prince of where?
He's Prince Carl Philip, Duke of Barmland.
What?
Barmland.
Spell it.
VARMLAND.
And so, listen. A principality is ruled by a prince. And that's why you have all these princes and princesses. They rule a region. Okay? The monarchy is the entire family. Okay? And so, the same is the case with the spiritual realm. It is the same case with the spiritual realm. And some princes and some princes are evil. But I need you to do me a favor. These powers and principalities and thrones and dominions, They were created by who?
The world. Them.
Yeah.
The thrones, the dominions, the principalities were created by who?
English people.
Because you're not supposed to be a Isn't it wrong to be
God?
Because the people that worship
trying
the
to
king.
create
No, it's not God.
Everyone
Like my God.
I'm the people.
Do you think the devil created anything?
No, it was God.
So who created the
It was
principalities
God who did.
and the dominions?
God did.
God did.
Uh-huh.
How do you know that?
Because it's smart. Why do you think, like,
He made everything out
God
of
wood
wood
is
and
the devil?
stone.
I know.
Colossians 1:16.
Says,
Ephesians,
actually, God created Lucifer.
Colossians 1:16.
It says, "For by him all things were created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created through him and for him."
Wait, what is that?
Colossians 1:16.
So the principalities were created by who?
God.
By God. They were created for Christ, by Christ, for Christ, and through Christ. You give up your dominion. When you disobey God, you are giving up your principality because you were created to be a king. Unfortunately, a lot of people are living like beggars. They are living like slaves. Okay? Because they have given up their authority. Abby, stop what you're doing. They have given up their authority. Now, when you give up your authority and an evil force takes over that authority, evil has no intention, or wickedness have no intention, or wickedness has no intention to reward you. The devil has no intentions of rewarding you. And so every time we sin, we are giving the devil authority to rule over us, and we become his slaves. And the way the devil rules over men is through powers, through thrones, dominions, and principalities, the wickedness in the high places. And so the Bible tells us, in order to retake our authority, we must displace the wicked people or the wicked powers that are occupying those thrones and dominions. Are we together? We must overthrow the evil one. And Jesus says, and you might have to look this up for me, that in order to take over a house, you must bind up the strong man and throw him out. Find that. Abby, find that.
What did you say?
That verse that says that. Bind up the strong man and throw him out. Mark 3:27-29. Another one open, Luke 11:21. And somebody else open Matthew 12:29.
Wait, what's Luke?
I
Luke
got Matthew.
11:21.
Mark.
And Mark 3:27-29.
I got
And
Mark.
Matthew 12:29.
Matthew 12.
What does it say?
It says,
It says, or how can one enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods unless he first binds the strong man, and then he will plunder his house.
How can a man,
How can
how can one,
how can
How
one
can one
enter?
enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods
unless he does what?
unless he first binds the strong man?
What does plunder mean?
Take. Pull out.
Take. Okay?
Grab
It's like somebody coming to your house
and taking your
and takes all your stuff. For them to do that, they must first of all defeat
the
the
strong
strong man in the house. Who's the strong man in your house?
Me.
God.
the dad.
Your parents.
The dad or the man.
Probably actually.
But usually it's the dad. And then they can plunder the house. So also, because we lost dominion and the enemy is occupying territories illegally, we must enter that house, we must bind up the strong man who is the devil, and then we must do what? Plunder and take over that house.
Blender.
Because they were initially created for you. They were created by God, by Christ, through Christ, and for Christ, and you are supposed to be ruling in those places. But because of sin, we lost that authority, we lost that power. And so when we are talking about, we go back to Ephesians 6:12, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. It is pointless for you to fight people or hate people, whether they are your friends or not. It is useless to fight men, because when men behave badly, it is the spirit behind them that causes them to behave the way they are behaving. And so then it means you must be like Jesus by seeing beyond the person and seeing the spirit behind that person and judge that spirit. Give me an example of where Jesus did that. You must enter that territory, you must bind up the strong man in that territory and throw him out so that you can take over that territory. And I told you that when you see men behaving badly, it is not necessarily them behaving badly, it is something going on behind them. They themselves, sometimes they do not know. But every one of us, there are spirits in the air. Okay? There is a spiritual world that is around us. And sometimes if that spiritual world around us is a bad spirit, it is that spirit that is causing men to behave badly. It is that spirit that is causing your friends sometimes to behave badly. And so, instead of fighting your friends, instead of fighting men, instead of thinking that it is men who are behaving badly, we must be aware of that spiritual world. And so, instead of fighting them, you fight the spirit behind them. And Jesus did that at some point in the scriptures. Where? It was not Paul. Paul came after Jesus died and resurrected and ascended to heaven.
How about wait? So you did that with Moses?
Open or find a verse that says, Get thee behind me, Satan.
Oh, so when it was down, the devil was confused.
I said, find a verse that says that. Get thee behind me, Satan.
Is it in Mark 8:33?
Mark 8:33.
Matthew 16:23.
Are those the scriptures I asked you to open? No, the scriptures I told you to open.
Mark 8:23.
What does Mark 8:33 say?
Don't ask without looking.
But when he had turned,
And Matthew.
Yes, it is.
And Matthew 16.
What does it say?
it says,
But he turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are an offense to me, for you are not mindful of the things of God, but the things of men."
What did he say?
But he turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are an offense to me, for you are not mindful of the things of God, but the things of men."
Where?
Get thee behind me, Satan. Whom was Peter talking to? Whom was Jesus talking to?
The Satan.
Was it? And who said the things that he said for Jesus to say that? Go all the way to 31.
Let me read it.
Mhm. Say it.
Yes, there is.
In Matthew 16.
Mark.
Wait, you're reading.
Mark 31.
Okay, it says, and he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed.
Hello.
Then there's another one. And be killed.
No, let's read what we are reading now. Let's not jump all over before we finish.
I was going to say another one.
Mark 16, Mark 8, 31 to 33.
Mark 8.
And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again.
Mhm.
He spoke this word over me. Then Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him.
What did Peter do?
Took him aside and began to rebuke him.
What does that mean, to rebuke?
Kick the ass out.
To tell Jesus, you are big, you cannot let this happen. Because now to Peter, because of the ministry of Jesus, Peter felt and was convinced that this is going places. This is a big deal. Okay? He was convinced this is a big deal. And then he did not want anything. And when you do that, you mess your Bible. I wonder whether you can read those words. Can you read the opposite side?
She just denies it.
Now, when Peter did what he did, hey, no talking. No talking. When Peter did what he did, he was against the plan of God. Because these spirits, they tell you you must defend what you have. You must not allow anybody to threaten to take away what you have. And in the eyes of God, that is wickedness, because then it means they want you to trust them. Okay? And so when Peter tells Jesus these words, Jesus rebukes him, but he does not address Peter. Jesus rebukes the spirit behind Peter. And so when I see you misbehave, I know you are not the problem. It is the spirit behind you. And so I don't fight you, I fight the spirit behind you.